welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things, and a Dollar Tree craft kit video for you, I think is what I'm going to call it. So I was in Dollar Tree a while ago, to be honest, and I came across this little DIY crochet kit, and I thought I'd try it out. I am not a crocheter. I learned a little tiny bit about crocheting when I was a wee lass of, I don't know, 9 or 10 or something, when my mom suddenly got back into it for a little bit. But I don't really know how to crochet or anything like that. But I saw this kit, thought I'd pick it up for $1.25 and see how it goes. So I'm going to do this video in 2 parts. I like doing videos in parts, I have noticed. But anyway, part 1 is going to be unboxing this and showing you what comes in this little kit. It shows you on the back, but what comes in this little kit. And then part 2 is going to be the results of my attempts at making this little kit. I'm filming this video 2 weeks, or starting this video 2 weeks before my planned Monday upload. So let's see if I can get her done in 2 weeks. If you hear noise in the background, I gave Star the cat toys from the Cat Lady box a couple of weeks ago, and she is enjoying them at my feet, even though I gave them to her in another room. So if you hear those noises, that is Star, my foster cat, playing with cat toys. If you're interested in the Cat Lady unboxing for this month, I'll have it linked in the video here, I guess, up in the corner for you. So anyway, let's see what comes in this Crafter's Square cross-stitch kit. Crochet kit. I'm not going to be gentle, I'll just rip it open. So basically it's exactly like the back of the box. We've got instructions, we've got a little plastic needle, I'm guessing that's for closing stuff up, one little knitting marker, one piece knitting marker, the stuffing that I'm going to leave in the plastic, a metal crochet hook. That's kind of nice, actually. Does it say what the millimeter is? Because I learned that there's different millimeters. Not on the back, it might say in the instructions, but it's this size. Come on, focus. And then we've got 3 colors of kind of cheap feeling yarn, but what do you expect for $1.25? This really vibrant purple, this dark brown, and then this more medium brown. So that is what comes in the box, and then these are the instructions. So my goal is to follow the instructions and see if I can make it without needing help. If I do need help, I will. It's kind of weird how it goes. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do need help, my neighbor is an excellent at crocheting, and my family is crochet people, are crochet people, and there's always the internet. But I'm really hoping that I can follow along on this tutorial video, or on this tutorial page, and go from it. I never mentioned, but it's like a little, supposed to be like a little succulent that you're making. So you've got like a little pot, some dirt, and then like some purple leaves. So yeah, it looks like part 1 is all of your materials. Part 2 are the abbreviations for how to make this. Part 3 is how to understand what the instructions are. Part 4 are your steps. And then it just walks you through all of that. Okay, it looks like I actually have to teach myself the stitches. It doesn't tell me how to do the stitches. Sucky. But I guess again it's $1.25. So yeah, I'm going to mess around with this and I will be back to give you my thoughts in a few seconds. Okay, I am back. I believe I left off talking about how I'm gonna have to teach myself how to crochet to get this craft kit done. And that was about 2 months ago, and that is precisely what I did. So I was a little surprised. I shouldn't have been like looking back at it, right? That this little booklet did not tell you how to crochet. It just kind of gave you the pattern steps. So I had to go out and find myself how to crochet, teach myself how to crochet. And that is what this pile is. So I took to the internet to find things, found a lovely creator who does crochet tutorials and discussions and stuff like that on YouTube. I cannot remember her name off the top of my head, but her name is on the screen for you and it will be in the description box. I will be linking the tutorial video that she showed me, or that I watched, to figure out how to do these things. So that you can, if you want to pick this up, you can. She's a pretty great creator to follow. So yeah, I first off picked up some cream yarn from Dollar Tree because I wasn't planning on investing a whole lot of money into this, right, to figure out if I liked it or not. My mom crocheted, my grandma crocheted, like a lot of ladies in my family crocheted, so it's kind of surprising that I never did. But yeah, so she has you basically make yourself a swatch, which is this lovely guy here. This is the bottom, this is the top, and she walks you through how to make 3 different stitches, 4 different stitches really. So you start off here learning a single crochet, then in the middle here you graduate to I think it's called a half double crochet, half single, half, I don't remember the name of the stitch, but into the middle here, and then in the top is a double crochet, and then at the very top is a slip stitch, which I guess, well, which helps make you give like more finished looks. And this was my first completed little swatch that we did. So you can see it is rough. It is very, very rough. Yeah, and this also took me, I don't know, a couple of weeks to figure out how to do it, how to work with it. And at first I was working with this like little 3mm hook, but the hook's too small for me to figure out how to do things with. So I ended up going to Amazon and I ordered this pack of 14 pieces of hooks. It starts with I believe a 2mm hook. Yeah, it starts with like this 2mm hook and it goes up to a 10, what's that, 9, 8, what's this one? 2.5, 10mm hook. Right, so you have like quite a bit of like variation. 14 pieces, prices on the screen for you because I cannot remember, and I'll have this link down in the description box if it's something that you're interested in picking up. But anyway, the yarn that I picked up said 5mm, 6mm hooks work well for it, and I thought, well, like a nice chunky hook is probably easier to work with than like a little finer tipped hook, you know, right? 6mm and 3mm is quite the difference. So I got this hook, and then I made this successfully. Finally, it's not pretty, but it's my very first attempt that I actually finished off instead of just tearing all apart and starting over with. And then from there, I moved on to doing different swatches in with the 3 different knots, stitches that they had you do. First was my single crochet, that's this guy here. So just even comparing it to like my first one to here, you can see that like started figuring things out. I'm pretty happy like that this turned out like it did. I didn't weave any of the ends in because I don't know, that's pretty straightforward to me. Then I made this one here. This is the knot that I can't remember what it's called, but I put this one together next. And then you can see like my edges are getting cleaner. I'm figuring things out a little bit better. And then this is my double knot here, right? This one's a looser knot. Still, I think looks pretty good, right? Comparing it to the original. And yeah, so when I was finally comfortable with these, I decided to then figure out how to do the magic ring, because the entirety of this pattern is just variations of a magic ring. So the lady that taught me this, I wasn't quite understanding how she had her magic ring video set up, so I found someone else. That video will be linked to the description as well. And this is what I got from there. This was my first attempt. It looks like I kind of went back on myself somehow in here when I was stitching, but this was my first attempt. And then I made a second attempt, and that one worked so well that I started following the instructions for the plant pot. And now somewhere in my house, I have a little cream container that I made, just kind of getting used to like the magic ring. Found it. It was in my crochet or in my cross stitch stuff. Like I made this little container just to kind of figure out like how it came together, right? How it worked. And this was my first like attempt. Again, I didn't weave in anything. I will. But this was my like first attempt at making something in a shape. And I thought that it came out pretty cool. Like there's some issues, but then I decided it was finally time to actually work on my little succulent pot. So this I probably started 2 weeks ago from where I'm talking about. I will put the date on when I filmed my video to when I managed to get to working on this. And then today is Sunday, June 2nd, for the video to go up Monday, June 3rd. So I finally made it to this so that I could work on it. I switched back to the 3mm yarn, and I started working on this. Now, for some reason, this pot here, I inverted something. I didn't understand something, and I ended up having to flip this pot inside out so that I had a little lip on it. It doesn't sit flat either. It's close, but it's probably overstuffed. But this little pot here to do like this little cute little like decorative detailing wasn't quite right, so I had to reverse my pot, make it sit like the inside out. And then I did the brown magic ring for in here, right? So that was easy. And then the succulents were 3 variations of the same thing. We had like a large leaf that you shouldn't have made 4 for. I made 3 and a bit. And then we had a medium leaves. They wanted you to make 3. I made 3. And the small leaves, they wanted you to make 3. I made 3. And then they had you sew them all together. And this is how it came out looking. Now, I also ended up practicing the leaves a few times. I picked up some other greens because I thought, well, if it's going to work out nicely, I might use them. So I picked up this like 100% cotton yarn from Dollar Tree, and I picked up this other yarn from Dollar Tree to kind of practice making like the little leaves and stuff before committing, because I figured out during the making of my plant pot that they do not give you a lot of yarn if you mess up. So I have a little bit of this brown yarn left over. I have none of this dark brown yarn at all. And with this one here, I have like some starts and stops, some like failures right in the early stages that I couldn't finish unwinding because this thread is, or this yarn is not good. And then I got this far into my last large leaf, only about halfway before I ran out of enough yarn to continue. So if you get this kit, just know you kind of have to be conservative with your yarn, because I should have like another leaf right here. So yeah, I'm just gonna say quick pros and cons with this kit real quick. Pro, if you already are familiar with how crochet works, and you're comfortable with it, this probably will be like a really easy project to knock out for you. If you're a brand new beginner, this is probably not the best project to try to like cut your teeth on. It was more difficult than I expected it to be. I don't know if that's a pattern thing, if that's a yarn thing or what, but for $1.25 you do get like something kind of cute out of it. Cons, you need to be very conservative with your yarn. Like there's not a lot of room for mistake. This brown in here, right, I had to splice together a couple of wrecked threads to erect pieces of yarn together to finish it. It's also not really high quality yarn. It's really rough. It gets knotted together really easily, and it's like really hard to disentangle, like it if you have issue, right? Like this here should have been a lot easier to pull apart, and it's basically just one giant knot now because of the way that the threads work. And yeah, I think that's it. So what did I learn from this? I've learned how to crochet. I have crochet needles now, or crochet hooks. I have 3 things of Dollar Tree yarn that I can mess around with. I'm probably going to start looking up how to make things like dishcloths and stuff like that, because why not? It's a pretty relaxing thing to do, to kind of sit on the couch while watching TV or something and put something together. I am considering picking up like nicer yarn to remake this to see if I like the project better, and I'm thinking of coming back to this as well when I've kind of worked with more instructions, so that I have an idea whether or not this is actually a good project. And I want to make this sit flat. I think that it doesn't sit flat because it's overstuffed. Because the bottom should be like this, and this one's bottom sits nice and flat. So yeah, that is what I have to say on that. 2 months. 2 months of work for this like little mini succulent that I need to hide the threads in better. But yeah, have you bought one of these Dollar Tree craft kits? Crochet kits specifically. I've done like their embroidery things and a couple of other kind of crafty things, but I've never picked up their crochet kits before because, like I said, I've never crocheted before. But have you picked them up? And if you have, what do you think about them? And also, would you be interested in following along as I like figure out more crochet stuff? I could do probably not monthly update videos, but every so often project updates. Or am I going to keep that just as a like little hobby for myself? Because, you know, this is somehow turned into a primarily sewing channel. But let me know if any of that interests you. I am sorry that this video kind of went from, hey, look, unbox and review a crochet craft kit with me, to, hey, I unboxed a craft kit, now I have to teach myself a new craft kind of video for you. But if you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, leave them down in the comment section below. I think I said think about subscribing, but if I haven't, do think about subscribing. Like the video if you enjoyed me figuring things out for myself, and I'm going to go. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you again soon. Bye.